Hi everyone, big welcome to this peace meditation. Today the goal is to focus on what is peace and how to get in there and remain in peace. When we talk about peace, I always like to say that to be in peace while we are on holiday and vacation is quite easy. It doesn't require any kind of effort. But actually, that is no real peace. That is nothing is happening. There is nothing. There is problem happening. Like right now, we are living the coronavirus, all this situation, the economical crisis, everything that is coming on, and in there is where it becomes a trial to remain in peace, to be able to calm down and to be focused and find peace in what we sometimes call a chaotic situation, like it could be the one that we are living now or at any moment of your life. So, peaceful is not the absence of anything happening, it's not to be quiet, it's how we deal with that stress, with that problem, with everything that we could be living. And that is the main secret, and that is the main difficulty that we have with peace. Often, life happens. We do not have control. Sorry, we do not have control over life. We don't know what is going to happen. We don't know how things are going to work out at the end of anything. And when something happens that we don't really like it, or in a way that we expect it differently, we normally start to fight. We normally start to decide, oh, I wish it would have not been like that. I would like that this is not happening. But truth is that in most of the cases, it's happening. There is nothing that you can do about it. And we start to fight. So to find peace, we have to identify what inside of us is fighting. Peace doesn't come by itself. If you are always waiting for peace to happen, you are being irresponsible, you are being imprudent, you are just waiting for life to happen. That is not the good way, and you probably might not succeed into finding peace. Peace, we have to look for it. We have to do something to get there. And it's not that complicated apparently, but in fact, it is. Because for peace, what we need is to stop fighting. There is something happening. You don't like it. That is completely normal. That is completely understandable that you don't like it. However, how much are you going to fight? In life, we like to think that every problem has a solution. In the new age world, they say all the problems have solutions. And my opinion about it is that that is not true. There are some problems that have solution. There are some problems that do not have solution. And what is even more frustrating is that there are problems that have solution and you will never find the solution. That is reality. That is how we live life, and that is what we experience. But then, when I say stop fighting against everything that is happening in your life or that had happened or is going on, in our mind, we get confused with abandoning ourselves to letting us go and not moving into our goals, into whatever we want to achieve in life. And that is not the case. That is not my explanation and my feeling about peace. You have to understand that every time that you fight, you are fighting because you are suffering, because you don't like what is going on. There is an emotion of sadness or disappointment or anger, whatever you could find inside you. And that is what makes you fight. But the more that you fight, it doesn't mean that the more that you will find a solution. No, actually, it's just the opposite. It's very often that because you are fighting so much, you cannot see the simple solution that it might be there. So to find peace is to go inside. And first step, to acknowledge in my actual life what I'm fighting against my actual life, what I'm fighting against what I'm living right now. And we have to admit to ourselves, in this aspect of my life, I'm fighting. I'm not comfortable and I keep fighting with all this situation. To be honest with ourselves, not to the other people. Regarding other people, it doesn't concern them how we feel and what we are going through. But regarding ourselves, we have to learn to be honest with ourselves, to be vulnerable with ourselves and admit, okay, now I am fighting. And I'm fighting with this or with that. That is the first step. Then we have to do that effort of stopping that fight, of understanding fighting or not fighting has nothing to do with solutions. If I successfully stop a fight to change something, I will not have the emotional pressure, the stress for what is going on right now. So my mind will be more clean, more objective to see what choices do I have. Then if the problem doesn't have a solution, like I was saying, that sometimes it happens, we don't like it, but sometimes it happens that it doesn't have a solution. At least I will be in peace and you will start to find first comfort in what is going on, and then finally you will stop suffering because there is something that you could simply not change. Really? Do you understand? So the main thing, peace will never come by itself. When peace comes by itself, it's because right now is nothing happening. But that is not the true peace. True peace is we have to find it inside. And from there, we will project it outside to every aspect of our life by identifying where do I fight, why do I fight, what I'm afraid to lose. If I stop that fight, I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose something. And this is what you don't want to stop. Most of the time, you already lost it anyway. You are just fighting a fantasy, a dream, but it's already lost. In other cases, mourning and stopping the fight will not change the final result. It will change the stress and the anxiety that you are living at the moment. Good? When we talk about peace, there are so many ways of contemplating it and understanding it that is a very deep study. Right now, because I want to go into the practice, I'm just going very superficial. I just giving you the first pointers for you to consider what is peace, how much to fight, and how to find it. But then in other classes a bit more advanced, we will go through what it's really to find peace and what does it mean. So let's move into the practice. And for the practice, we will do it in two steps. First step will be identifying something that we are fighting right now in your actual life, whatever you're living. And then we will move into the meditation. The first part of how will be a little bit of emotional integration for you to relieve part of that fighting, and then going into that state of being of peace. And just because I want to try it, this will be the very first time that I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna explain for the meditation. At some point, we will use some background music with this mantra. Om Shanti 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 is the mantra of peace. And I will put it as a background music, so it will help us to go into that state. Normally, I always say that to meditate, I recommend not to use music, any kind of background music or anything like that, because it makes you to be distracted. On one side, it helps your mind to be focused on what you are doing. But inside, instead of being, we lose a little bit the contact with ourselves because we are paying attention to the music or whatever is going on. So that is my main position regarding doing meditation. Often, when I'm going to teach at some yoga center or whatever, they ask me, which music do you want as a background? I say, no music. And they look to me like, are you sure? You meditate without music? Yeah, that is what meditation is all about, to pay attention only to yourself from the inside. And then they go into, oh, okay, so what kind of incense do you want to burn? No, I don't want incense. So you meditate with no music? You meditate with no incense? That's kind of weird. Well, meditation, it's about paying attention to within, to how we are inside. So meditation, we focus in other people, in the surrounding, but not through music or these kind of things. But I do agree that sometimes it's different. It's a different practice. It's a more superficial meditation, but it could be more fun, more entertainment for the ego. And this is why I'm gonna do this for the first time. I've been teaching Spanish for many, many years, more than 15 years now, and I have never got a meditation with music. So this will be the first time. I hope that it works well. And to the people that are following by Instagram, you will not be able to listen to the music because it will go directly to the YouTube transmission, the stream of YouTube. This is what I have my AirPlug here. So people from Instagram, if you want to follow also with the music, just move into the YouTube streaming. You can go on Facebook, Shivagam Spiritual Master, and there you have the link which I'm streaming right now. Or also in my Instagram wall, you have there the link. So let's go into that. Let's go first into the emotional integration into the fight. Just allow yourself to take a deep breath. Pay attention to yourself. And we start by paying attention to our breathing. As simple as that. You breathe and you pay attention to your breathing. Now, bring into your mind something that you are fighting right now in your life. Maybe the quarantine, the isolation of the coronavirus. Allow yourself to think in anything that is disturbing you right now and that you know that you are actually fighting against it. And be conscious of the fight inside you. Be conscious of how much you fight, how painful it is. Be aware of the war that you have inside, the war that you are fighting. Be aware of how exhausting it is to keep fighting. And even more, breathe, conscious of that fight, how painful it is. How long have you been fighting that war and nothing has changed? Realize that there is something in you that doesn't want to stop that fight. realize your warrior attitude, which actually is not helping you at all. Breathe. Consider the possibility of surrendering, of letting go of the fight. It doesn't mean that you will not look for a solution. It means that you will not fight for a solution. You will try to find it from a peaceful state of being, but not from a fight, not causing a war to yourself or others. Breathe. Allow that emotional war to stop, that emotional fight to stop by surrendering. I surrender. Breathe. See how tired you are of that fight. How tired you are and how little success you have had. Breathe. Stop your warrior attitude. If you keep fighting, you will continue to experience exactly the same thing, exactly the same stress, exactly the same pain. Breathe. Do you want to continue into that fight, into that pain, or do you dare to try something different? Allow yourself to surrender, to lose the emotional fight. Mourn that fight and let it go. If there is solution, I will try to find it, but from a peace state of being, not from a war. If there is no solution, at least I will remain in peace, no matter what is going on. Breathe. Allow yourself to find peace in that problem, in that conflict that you are facing. Stop the fight. Look for peace. I surrender. This is what's going on. I surrender. I embrace the conflict, the situation. Find peace. look for peace. And in there, pay attention to your mind. How chaotic your mind sometimes goes. And to your mind, Shant. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. So you pay attention to your mind, to your thoughts. Shant. Find peace in your mind. Shant. Shant. And you allow yourself to repeat the word, whether as a whisper or just in your mind every few seconds. Shant. Shant. Go into your emotion. Feel your emotions. Your emotional plane, you put peace in there. Shant. Feel peace. Shant. And you calm down your emotion with your intention, with your will. You calm your mind, you calm your emotion. Chanting your mind, chanting your emotions. And pay attention to your physical body, to your flesh. And in your physical body, peace. Shant. Shant. And you relax your mind, your emotions, your body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One Shanti goes to your mind, one Shanti goes to your emotion, one Shanti goes into your flesh. One piece for the mind, one piece for the heart, one piece for the flesh, for the body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I choose peace. I choose to emotionally surrender, to embrace my problems, my difficulties, my life. I choose to embrace myself just as I am. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Get that feeling and just remain in there. Allow yourself to rest into peace in your mind, in your heart, in your flesh. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace. surrender.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Let it go.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
I choose peace.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Relax your mind.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Relax your heart.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Relax your body.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
You have nothing to do but to find
Shanti.
peace.
Shanti, Shanti.
Simply surrendering.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
I choose peace.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti.
Breathe. Pay attention to yourself. Allow yourself to be in contact with that inner peace. Shanti. I surrender to everything. I choose peace for my mind, for my heart, for my body. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I surrender. You slowly take a deep breath. You allow yourself to come back from the meditation state. You can move a little bit your body. Vocal breath. The word Shanti is the Sanskrit word for peace, and it has a very, very deep understanding. But if we look for each letter in Sanskrit, each letter has a different meaning. The SH means to transform. The A means to be present. The N means tangible, concrete. The T means the structure. And the I means intelligence. So Shanti, it actually means letter by letter to transform what we are feeling, experiencing in our own structure into something higher, from a higher nature, to be conscious. And that is why Shanti means to stop fighting and to find peace into anything that we are living and going through. As I said, this is the most basic explanation of the mantra. Then, in the construction of the mantras, of all mantras basically, when we use a word 3 times, when we repeat something 3 times, it's normally because one goes for the mind, for the intellect, one goes for the emotion and the heart, and the third one goes into the flesh. So this mantra will help you to find peace in your mind, your emotional, and in your physical plane, in our human nature, if we want to say it like that. And the syllable Om, it has an even deeper meaning and understanding. We often say that it's a universal sound. We will keep it like that until we go deeper on that. Actually means everything is vibrating. It's to connect with everything, to be in oneness. So that is the basic meaning of the mantra. I will tell you how all the mantra works. They have an effect that sometimes people are not aware of. Let's say that I have this cup full of coffee, but I want it full of water. So I start to pour water into the cup. So all the coffee that is in there will start to be mixed with the water that I'm pouring. At some point, it will be overwhelmed and the coffee will go out of the cup. If I keep putting water, at some point I will have only water inside the cup, but all the coffee will be around on the floor and everywhere. What do I mean with this? Often I recommend this mantra to people that want to find peace, to calm down the mind, to live a quieter, a more calm life. And they start practicing, and after 2, 3, 4 days, they write to me and they say, Shivagam, the mantra is actually not working. It's even worse. Now I'm fighting more than ever before. So I think that I'm doing something wrong. When they tell me that, I say, this is how I know that it is working and that you are doing it right. Because everything that is going out, it's like the coffee on the cup. It's all your fight. It's everything in you that doesn't want to find peace, that want to sabotage your peace. So for a couple of days, even a week, if you like to fight a lot, maybe 2 weeks, you will constantly feel that you are fighting more until all of that is out, and then peace will start to be present. So keep going. It's the same for every single mantra. When I teach about the happy mantra, the mantra for joy and happiness, people start to feel sad. It's because it's what's going out, and so on. This is why also I always encourage people to practice meditation with emotional integration. Not at the same time, but one before the other, like we just did. We did a little bit of emotional integration to stop our fights, and then we move into the meditation. That is the way of getting the best and more efficient effect of every meditation or mantra. You look emotionally, what does it find inside you against that state of being? You integrate it, and then you move into the meditation. You can do it the other way around also. You can do the meditation, feel everything that is fighting inside you in this case, and when you are done with your meditation, you do your emotional integration immediately or sometime after. It doesn't matter. It's not important at this point. Okay. So this is the mantra, the music that we were hearing. It's one of the most beautiful singing of the peaceful mantra. Not the way that I sing it. I do not know how to sing. I wouldn't even pretend that I know. But I like the chanting feeling. I like the tune of getting into the mood, getting that state of peace. So this is why we first got into the state of peace with no music. And then when I felt that we were in the mood, then we go into the music. So it doesn't matter if you know how to sing or not, who cares? As long as you don't pretend to get alive singing, which is not my case, it doesn't matter. However, it's one of the most beautiful melodies for the peaceful mantra, the peace mantra that I have heard. It's sung by a friend called Swahabai, and the music is made by Mahabhajara. I will put it on the description, the link to the YouTube music song, so you can have it. Actually, they have a full album of many mantras, but this peaceful mantra, I just love it so much. I love to go into the shower. I put it on the speaker very high, and I'm just having a hot water, chanting, reciting, and just allowing myself to surrender and to go into that state of peace. I stop fighting. I choose to find peace. So that is a way of practicing, as I said. As I said, the ideal is just in meditation, no music, but sometimes to do something different, especially if you are starting and you find that meditation is too complicated, allow yourself to entertain with this kind of music. Okay? Then, if you want to really get in touch with this peace feeling, I will recommend you to chant the mantra. And for that, you will use a mala, which is a necklace, something like this, which have normally 108 or 109 beads. If it's Buddhist, it will be 108. If it is Hinduist, it will have 109. It doesn't matter at this point. And I'm sorry about the noise, but we are in quarantine, so I'm teaching from my house, and there is noises everywhere. So that's life. I found peace in there. So the use of this one is very simple. You start by the tail, and you start to pop one beat. You say a mantra and you pop one beat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And you go so on. Whenever you get into the tail again, we say that you have already done one mala, one full necklace. To charge it, the most efficient formula is to do 9 necklaces, 9 malas a day for 12 days in a row. That is the most efficient that all the spiritual masters we have found. It really works and is the best way to do it. So you can do it because it's 9, and maybe if you're starting, you find that it's a bit too much, you can split it and you can do it 1 in the morning, 2 at the break, and in the middle of the morning, then another 2 at lunch, and then do it whatever you want. The only important thing is that not at 12 p.m., not at 12 at night, but when you go to sleep, that you have already done your 9 necklace is the only thing that it's important for 12 days in a row. Then understanding peace and being in touch with peace will be so much easier. Okay? Sometimes people doesn't understand why we should chant mantras or malas. First, you don't have to do it. It's not an obligation. But it's like physical training. If I want to get in fit, if I want to lose some weight, and I go to the gym, I get away and I go like, oh, okay, now I know how to do bicep. I'm done with bicep. I don't have to do bicep any other time in my life. No, we know that to get strong your muscle, you need to do a few repetitions every few days, every week, and then your muscle starts to grow, to be strong, and all of that. So meditation is exactly the same. You probably felt a peace state of being while we were meditating and when I was guiding you. But the goal is to be able to retain and remain that state of being in your daily life, with your family, with your problem, at work. And for that, you need practice. You need to do it quite often. This is why we sit, we take our mala, and we go Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay? So the speed at which you will recite the mantra is not really important. The important thing is that you can hear every voice, every the word. Like you can go Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Making sure that you say 3 times, that you don't say 2, but 3 times, and or you can go slower. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once you know the mantra, it will take you around 2 minutes and a half to do a full necklace. So 9 malas, it will be around 18 to 20 minutes, and you will be done for that day. So it's not that much time. It's only 20 minutes to start finding peace in you. It's very, very affordable. It's very easy to do if you put some effort in there. Okay. Also, you don't need to recite them aloud all the time. Sometimes your throat can be sore, can get tired of reciting it. So you can move into Om Shanti 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 and recite it in your mind for a while, and then you go again aloud, and you can switch from one to the other as you wish. And if you don't want to charge it, I will be seeing you in the next meditation and practice. Bye bye. Thank you to everything, to everything, to everyone. Bye bye.